Hi and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today we are going to be making a gooey butter cake. Supposedly this is a cake that is a classic turned keto. And I say supposedly because I never had it as a child, so I don't have that comparison. But apparently it is a favorite of many turned keto. So I have nothing compared to, but if you do, please drop a comment, make it, and let me know whether or not you think it's a good dupe. I don't know. There's two different ways to make it. One is with a homemade almond flour crust. It's the cleaner way. If you have a nut allergy, you're gonna swap that out for the sesame flour, and you're gonna mix exactly the same. It will work. Two, they give an option for a cake mix. And if you do that one, that is also listed. So I opted for the cake mix one because I do not have one of the ingredients. The protein powder, we do have protein powder in this house, but it's not the one that they want us to use, and it will change out the macros. So we did a cake mix. So basically, whatever mix you use, and one will decide if it's more clean or more lazy dirty. That's the other side. You're gonna want to put it in a 9x13. It's normally a 9x9 cake mix size, or you're making a traditional 9x9, but because it's a crust type form, it is going to go ahead and fit into a 9x13, and make sure it goes up onto the side because it's gonna fit in all the stuff for the butter cake. And the crust does contain a stick of butter, and so does the filling for the cake. So in the filling, I have 2 eggs, a stick of butter, powdered sugar, and cream cheese. So you can tell just by that, we're definitely gonna have a very creamy consistency. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and blend that off camera. I have the oven preheated to 325, and then I'll be back to assemble it together, and I'll tell you how we bake it. Okay, so everything is mixed up. I'm gonna show you the consistency of the inside. And you'll see it is very fluffy, very creamy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour it into the cavity, because remember the crust goes up the side of the edges. I'm just gonna pour it along and flatten it out here real quick. By the way, this makes 15 servings and it only lasts 3 days in the fridge. So, having said that, I am already prepared to, when this is all cooled off, put half of mine in the freezer and take it out when we get there, because I don't want some of it to go bad. If you're in a larger family, great, but if you're in a smaller family like mine, you're going to want to freeze part of it once it's thoroughly cooled. It also stores in the fridge. I think that's because we have an entire stick of butter, plus we have an entire block of cream cheese. So it is meant to be served cold. Kind of think of your Jell-O cakes back in the day. They were meant to be served cold. So yeah, we'll keep this one in the fridge. Oh yeah, it goes up to the sides of the edges, so I totally see why they had me build up the sides. That's nice. Just spreading it along, making it even. Okay. All right, so that is the filling for the gooey butter cake. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that last little bit in there. All right, so now it simply says that it's gonna take anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. Basically, I'm gonna read exactly what it says. Until the filling is mostly set, but the center jiggles and the edges are just turning golden brown. So it is not going to fully set all the way through. You want a jiggly center, edges just starting to turn golden brown. That's when you take it out. fully cool it. Once it is cooled on your counter, move it to the fridge to finish cooling. So I'm not gonna even be back here for about 4 hours or so. So it'll be our evening dessert to taste test with you guys. So I will see you once it's fully cooled and ready for the test. Okay, so the cake has been cooled. I actually let it cool for about 4 hours. It is late in the evening for us, so it's actually my fasting window, so I guess I'm not fasting tonight. So here is what it looks like. It's got a crust on the bottom and then the cake on the top. So here we go, and it's nice and golden. I don't know, it's hard to see. Nice and golden on the edge, and then semi-firm on the top. So like I said, I don't have anything to compare it to, which is like what's weird to me. I didn't grow up with this, so I'm just gonna tell you if I like it, and that's how it's gonna go for me. And I will of course link the recipe down in the description, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the recipe, you'll have all the nutritional information, including total carbs and net carbs. All right, here we go. Yeah. So that cake, whether you do a mix or a homemade, makes a really nice crust because you're thinning it out. And that butter, it's weird. That buttery topping mixed with like the cream cheese and the sweetener is really, really good. And something else just that I noticed when I was cutting them, you can also kind of eat them like a bar. So if you don't really want to eat them with a fork, I don't think you have to. So I know it's called a cake, but maybe you could call them gooey butter bars. I don't know. But they are definitely delicious, and I look forward to having one every day as my one snack a day. And hopefully my family will join in on that with me. These are definitely a win. Like I said, link down below. Please make sure that you like and subscribe and turn those notifications on so you never miss a video with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.